You are about to witness history in the making.
Hello, welcome to impromptu, I think maybe the word, Pop Culture Gamers podcast. We are on a hiatus, but we thought we'd just do a bit of a catch up today. So, Haydn, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad at all, Steve. Just about to start the beginning of my 2 weeks holiday, so I'm off for the next 2 weeks now after having probably the busiest summer holiday period in my role since I started in this role, because normally it gets a little bit quieter because schools are out, but because of everything that's happened with COVID and the impacts that that's had on everything and stuff like that, obviously it's very much changed my role, and in terms of that I've had delays on stuff which I've now been getting caught up on, just because we've had to extend times when we've been working with health and stuff like that. And all the other partners who are fighting COVID, because it's obviously multi-agency sort of thing. So yeah, it's just been really hectic to get everything done before I went off on 2 weeks leave. So I can honestly say I did everything I needed to do and can go off on holiday knowing that I haven't, left things in a bad mess sort of thing.
No, but you do dread coming back though, didn't you? Email boxes get rather full, don't they?
Yeah. I wish I had, a penny for every time I had an email that came into my inbox sometimes. So, but I must admit, the last month, very little's happened. It's just been work and more work, really. Like I said, I'm off for 2 weeks now, so I'm thinking that I'm going to do a little bit of photography and, just go about. There's on the North Yorkshire Moors at a place just outside of a town called Great Ayton, which was 3 miles away from where I used to live. You go up on a moor and there is Captain Cook's monument.
Okay.
So, if you know who Captain Cook is. So I'm going to go up there and take some photos and that, and my son's going to come and he's going to take some photos. And we're going to teach him some of the fundamentals of what sort of like composition is in pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it. I did get a nice little CD, came through the post, which was the double disc of Space 1999.
So yeah, because we got the album, we got one of the albums. I said it's 2.
Yeah, so I've got the season 2 and you've got the season 1, haven't you?
No, I think I've got season 2.
Oh, right, in that case, so we've both got season 2 then.
but I think there is season 1 as well, but I think season 2 is the music I don't like, which I've ordered.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the intro to it, it's not the same as...
No, I like the intro to season 1 more than season 2. But... because season 2, it went a little bit, it tried to go a bit Star Trek-y in terms of the Alien of the Week sort of thing. And it didn't really work on the format of the show, because it was a little bit more, for the time, intellectual in terms of season 1. But it's a good double album, for a CD. But obviously, I've also ordered the vinyl version for season 2 as well. I actually ordered it by mistake. I thought I was ordering season 1.
And me too.
Yeah.
I must have my hands up to that one, because when I realised it is 2 albums, I may actually, I don't know yet.
Well, actually, if I'm to be honest, I thought I was ordering season 1 and 2, because I looked at the CD, saw it was season 1 and 2, then saw there was a record, thought, oh, it's on vinyl as well. So I thought I'll get the vinyl version and ordered it. And then when I looked at it, it said season 2, and I thought, drat. And you can't cancel your order with, the Anderson website. So, because, it doesn't allow you to go into your account and stuff like that. So I thought I'll just go and get the CD as well. So I'll end up with season 2 and the CD, but I'm not bothered.
No. I mean, it'll still be available for a while, and then one time pick it up later, maybe.
I'll probably get season 1 as well because love a bit of Space 1999.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I got half price in a sale this week from Eagle Moss, the Delta Flyer from Voyager.
Oh, okay, that's what it's from. I've seen the pictures. I wasn't sure what it was from at first.
Yeah, no, it's Delta Flyer from Voyager, so I got that, and it's a really nice model actually. And then other than that, I've beat the pictures a couple of times. I went to see the Suicide Squad and Free Guy as well.
Yeah, I mean, Suicide had some rave reviews, didn't it? I mean, that's really gone down pretty well.
Yeah, it was much better than the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I don't like these movies where the only differentiation is like the in the title. But Suicide Squad was okay. It just didn't really catch on. But then the Suicide Squad was quite good. It's very, very gory right from the offset as well. And all I can say is don't get too attached to any character in it.
Well, that's the same as in that zombie flick, wasn't it? The one that came out on Netflix that was by Zack Snyder, wasn't it?
Oh, was that the one with
Las Vegas?
Dave Bautista, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That you sort of, blimey, I mean, spoilers here. They probably think they nearly killed the whole cast in that to a certain point.
Yeah, I have to say that in terms of Free Guy, I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, I'll wait till I see that pop up on Sky at some point. It's not the sort of movie I'd probably go to the cinema for.
No, I mean, I took my son to see it, and he lapped it up. Absolutely loved it as a movie. There was a lot of pop culture references in it that he got. There was some ones for us as well, as the golden oldies sort of thing. But he got a lot of the jokes as well. And obviously it's Disney, so there was like some for Marvel, some for Star Wars, real on the nose stuff, I have to admit. But
well, if you wanted all that, I suppose it ticked all the boxes in, didn't it? So.
Oh yeah, it ticked all of the boxes. It was, if you know what I mean, the trailer really tells you exactly what sort of movie it is. It doesn't do anything different. No. So if you don't like the look of the trailer, you're not going to like the movie. If you like the look of the trailer, you're probably going to appreciate the movie. So yeah, but that was good. So what about yourself?
Yeah, so I've been just been chilling a bit, really, to be honest. Me and Richard have been doing a few bits and pieces. Did we go? Have we spoken since I went to Norwich? I can't remember now. I did not.
No, I don't think we have. Last time it was you, me, and Prudy, wasn't it? We did that thing in Destiny.
Yeah, so we had so we had a weekend in Norwich, which was nice, chilling out, and just busy looking to what's going to be happening in the next few months, should I say, regarding where we're living. But that's still ongoing at the moment. It's nothing set in stone when or where or where to, because it's just a bit difficult with COVID regarding houses at the moment. Yeah,
that's true.
What was nice, I did pick up when it was my birthday, it was tight at the time, and I something I wanted for my birthday. I said, well, I'll pick up myself later, and that was a book that was released by Mondo. So as you know, Mondo do all the soundtracks from their point of view on their albums, and they brought a coffee table book out with all the nice pictures and artwork for the bulk of their collection that they brought out. So I picked that up from Amazon because it was cheaper to get it from there than to get it from Mondo and then pay a bit of tax and get it shipped out, So I got it much cheaper because it was on a bit of a deal. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, was it Mondo? I don't think it was. It was La La Records or wherever it was that you put that thing on for one of the Trek soundtracks, wasn't it?
I was going to mention that. So so I've ordered the special edition Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan CD.
Yeah, I looked at that and I had it in a basket because it's like $25, isn't it? And then they were going to charge nearly $18 shipping, and I just looked and I thought,
how much?
$18.
Yeah, I can't remember how much it is, but I think I've had CDs from them, and I've got quite a few of their. I've got the special edition Star Trek box set, as you know, and other stuff they brought out because you won't be able to pick it up elsewhere. and I thought it's going to be the definitive edition that's available.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have another expanded edition. I do have the original CD of the original album, the double album from Mondo, which has got the bulk of it on. But there's some extras there which I don't have. So just wanted to have that because it's the anniversary of it. I thought, well, I'll have that as well. They got a nice book that comes with it. It's very well presented.
Yeah, I would have liked it, but when you're talking about it's sort of like $43 for a double CD, I'm just sort of like, no, it's for something that I'm not going to listen to a great deal, you know, occasionally listen to. We're talking about.
Yeah, well, there's going to be
just sort of like that.
Yeah, and also it's going to be a limited run of them as well. So more so, I thought, well, I'll pick it up because they will finish and go out of stock, and that will be it.
Yeah, but isn't it like a limited run of 10,000 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, the limited run of the Star Trek Original Series box set, that flew off the shelves and then suddenly went out of print as such. But yeah, it is what it is, really.
Yeah, it was just too expensive for my blood. I would love the album, but I'm not prepared to pay that amount for it.
You could pick up the album I got from Mondo. I got it in black vinyl, it's fine. But then I got the expanded CD. I can't think which company did that, which has got a lot more bits and bobs on it that weren't on that album as well. But yeah, it means I'll have the whole lot then. I'll get caboodle for that. That being one of my favourite Star Trek movies.
Well, mine as well. You know, Star Trek 2 was the best out of all of them.
And and just waiting for that box set from Amazon to be shipped in September. Still a little bit way off yet.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the end of this month because, you know, only a week away, just over from the launch of Dune in 4K.
Yeah, we've got that coming, haven't we?
Yeah.
I got it from Arrow, didn't I? In the end, that's right. Yeah, you went. Did you go to Xavi in the end? Yeah.
Yeah, Xavi.
So, so I've also got an Italian, one of my favourite Italian directors, Dario Argento. One of the other cello films he did. That's also pre-ordered on them. But what's en route, which is nice, and I had a chat with Mo from Mondo on Twitter, and he sort of let slip something that was nice to know. But I said that my oldest pre-order back in May, way back in then, I've got Mission Impossible 3, and I did put it out there to see if I get a reply. And he's great. He came back, he said, said due to COVID we had some issues, but we're actually pressing at the minute. Oh, and we're going to press Mission Impossible 4 at the same time while we're at it, even though that's not for sale yet. Yeah. So yeah, that means I'll have that because I need the box set of that lot then, because I've got all so far. So that is being pressed. But then I got an email just yesterday that Superman the movie, that double album is en route at the moment, which is really cool. And I think it's probably going to be the same as my original album, which I bought in '79, was it? I think, wasn't it? 1978?
79, I think.
Yeah, but that's had its time and a bit worn, and but it'd be nice to get that one. Nice little vinyl as well. So yeah, that's about it really. I think we mentioned the thing a little while ago when we were last on.
78, not 79.
78. I knew it was 79.
I knew it was after Star Wars. But
oh God,
Empire.
77.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I remember back then because I was in primary school and sort of like second year infants or something or other like that. And I remember a friend of mine had been to America and seen Star Wars in America. And back then it was 6 to 12 months before a movie would get over the Atlantic to here. If you remember those days. I don't
actually. Yeah, I mean, I think Star Wars might have been a different.
No. He'd seen it and he'd come back and it was months and months and months, and he spoilt the whole movie for me.
Did he?
Yeah, spoilt the whole movie. I mean, we were 6, for God's sake. So, in turn, I did exactly the same thing for him for Superman because I went to see it before him, and then I told him the whole plot right from scene 1 right the way through. So we had our mutual sabotaging of those movies for us.
I'm surprised you're going to say you can do what Homer Simpson did when he walked out of Empire. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Looks down Darth Vader as he walks out the queue that's going in. It's still one of my favourite scenes from Simpsons.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on then? Because as I say, this is not going to be a long show, hopefully.
Yeah.
More
We're
of
gonna power drive through, aren't we?
Okay, so we'll go to Gaming This Week.
No longer a dream, but a reality.
Okay, so I might as well read this one and you can do the stuff in small print.
Okay.
Okay, so titles we've got 12 Minutes on PC and Xbox One. That's out on the 19th, along with Mayhem Brawler from PC, PS4, Xbox One and Switch. Also, still going for the 19th, we've got Monster Train Class on the Switch. Also, we have Monster Harvest and Rims Racing. That doesn't sound very well, does it?
No.
Excuse my sense of humour. And Rims Racing is on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One X, and Switch. Then for the 20th, we have got Arita of Spirits, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Then we've got Ghost of Tsushima, The Bodge, how are you going to pay for that again, Director's Cut?
Yeah.
PS4 and PS5. And we've got Aliens Fireteam Elite, this is the 24th. PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X. King's Bounty 2, which is PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Then we've got Kena Bridge of Spirits, PC, PS4, PS5. The 25th, we've got Psychonauts 2. Very anticipated, been looking forward to that one. PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. And then we have a Blast on the 26th on PC and Switch. 27th, we've got two more. Apostle of Gods, PS4, PS5. And on the Switch, we have No More Heroes 3. There's quite a lot there.
Yeah, quite a lot, because there's a couple of weeks there just to keep people catching up. I'll talk about 12 Minutes shortly, because that's one of them that I've been playing.
Ghost of Tsushima, come on. Are you going to have to buy that again then?
Well, I sold my copy. So, to be truthful with it, I completed Ghost of Tsushima within 2 weeks, platinumed it, and then sold it, and it ended up costing me all of about £2 to play the game. And it was sort of like a 30-hour sort of approximately.
Be 70 quid.
Yeah.
Still a sticking point, isn't it, with this director's cut idea? I mean, we're not going to go into too much, but I've been reading bits and pieces about this, and it just stinks. I am sorry, it really does.
Yeah,
and that's not fair on the people that own the PlayStation,
No, and also it's not fair for all of the early adopters that you then have to pay extra for the director's cut version and the, I can understand paying for the island that you get as part of the additional story. That's fair enough. That's normal DLC, but it still feels really expensive, especially if you've kept onto that copy of that game. But it's a heck of a game.
Oh yeah.
I loved that game when I was playing it, but getting through it once it was done, it's not something that I would rush to go back to. I would go back to it to see the updated visuals and to see what the difference is in a director's cut. I'm definitely interested in seeing that, but I would not pay.
But isn't it just giving you the 4K, obviously the island in there, and then you're getting the 4K upgrade, which you're having to pay for, being it called the director's cut?
No, because there is different scenes, different sequences, and also there is the lip sync with the Japanese version as well.
Why can't they just why do you say if you bought that once, we'll allow you to do you can pay for the islands as DLC. That's what it is.
You could say that, but Microsoft did the same thing with Control, because there was Control and then there was that other version of it which had all the DLC in and some other upgrades, which they gave away for free on Game Pass, but you had to pay for if you already bought the game. And I was one of the people who bought the game right up front.
It's like, I'm playing Tomb Raider this afternoon. That's now the definitive edition I've got.
Yeah.
Got the upgrade and everything else for free, and I got some extra weapons for free. Which I think one was for. Well, I'll talk about it later on me, but do you know what I mean? It's like, come on.
let's be honest, 6 months' time, this is going to be 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that. Just quite simply because everybody who's played it will be like me and won't be that interested in upgrading to it. I don't, unless you're like a real mega fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same way I bought. What was the game from Atlas? Persona 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So I played that. That was my game of the year when it came out. I must have did 90, 100 hours of that.
Yeah.
And then when the next version that came out, which was slightly different again, no one would release that content into your game. So I ended up buying that, even though I got it a bit cheaper because I did wait. I've got both, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
But Microsoft do the same thing. It's just what they're doing.
I don't think overall. I think, yeah, no. There's been the odd game or two, but at least they give you the upgrades for free. You know, that's there's no bones about that. That is the cut and dry part of it. But,
let's be honest about the difference this gen is that we are effectively demanding, if we've got it on PS4 or Xbox One, that we get that next gen upgrade to it for free, whereas previous gens, you look at the difference between the 360 and the Xbox One, you bought the whole game again just to get that better graphics, like GTA.
Yeah, we did buy
perfect example.
See, we haven't really got any news, have we? But
no.
But I'll give you another example, something that's coming out in November because it's its anniversary. Is another version of Skyrim's coming out.
Yes, I posted about this on the Facebook group because evidently if you've got the SE version of Skyrim, then you get everything for free. So obviously with Game Pass, you've already got the SE version. But if you've got like the older PC version where you don't have the SE because you didn't get the free upgrade to the special edition, when you had the original Skyrim.
I was listening to a video about it. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think there's the bulk. I've got the bulk of it anyway. I've got all the DLC, so they're going to get the upgrade. I'm going to get a proper upgrade for it, so you won't have to use all that.
Only
stuff.
If you've got the SE version. If you've got Skyrim, Skyrim.
I bought it again. I think I bought it again with when it came out. So.
Well, in that case.
But the SE version is only a £5 now, isn't it? Am I wrong?
It depends upon where you go, but you're talking about probably no more than 15 quid you're going to pay for it in any given way.
There's no price for the other edition yet when it comes out in November, which is when the anniversary is. But we'll see. But it's
But for the majority of people, if you're into Skyrim, you've probably got a special edition, and if you've got a special edition, you're going to get all of the upgrades free.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the thing. So yeah, but. Because I was a bit confused about how much it was going to cost, but eventually managed to track down it was free.
See what I'm just looking at? I'm just booting up my Skyrim just to have a quick look.
Yeah.
I think that is a special edition anyway. I think I bought it twice.
Yeah. So anyway, if we go to Games with Gold and all of that, so with Games with Gold, we've got obviously for this month Darksiders up until the 31st, and at the moment we've got Ukulele from the 16th of August to the September the 15th. You've already missed out, I'm afraid, if you haven't already got it on Lost Planet 3. But then there is also, and I can't quite read that text there, Mark of the Wolves, is it? I think it is, from the 16th to the 31st of August on Xbox 360, sort of like the retro ones. Game Pass-wise, Game Pass has got quite a lot on. So we've had so far Humankind, Need for Speed on cloud, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on cloud, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 on cloud, Recompile on cloud, console and PC, Train Sim World 2 on cloud. I knew that would make you turn round. Cloud, console and PC. And then 12 minutes obviously is just being released as well. Next week we've got Psychonauts 2 on the cloud, console and PC, and then on the 26th of August, which I'm looking forward to, is going to be Myst on cloud, console and PC. Additionally, there's 10 more titles which now have touch controls. Yeah, these are Hades, Bloodroots, Farming Simulator, Going Under, Need for Speed Heat on a year play, Peggle 2 on a year play, Psychonauts, Wasteland 2, Wasteland 3, and Wasteland Remastered. And then titles leaving Xbox Game Pass, we're looking at Blair Witch is leaving, Double Kick, NBA 2K21, and Strange Things 3, the game. They're all going. PS Plus, we've got Hunter Arena Legends, we've got Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborhoodville, and Tennis World Tour 2. PlayStation Now's only had 3 editions. That's Undertale, Nier Automata, and Ghost Runner. Twitch has had Battlefield 5, which is a code that you get for Origin, Metamorphosis, a normal Lost Phone and another Lost Phone, and Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. And then this week on Epic Games, we've got Void Bastards and Yooka-Laylee, and then there's Automachef next time. Yeah. So that's from Thursday, I think it is, 26th.
Also, something that you haven't got written down there, which was added because of QuakeCon.
Oh, Quake has gone on to Game Pass as well, because I've been playing it on PC, actually. And you get achievements.
Have they actually tweaked it then, have they?
Yeah, you get achievements and all sorts on it.
Oh, let's just play the video on Blue Sound. But because I don't know what else was mentioned in QuakeCon.
I didn't watch it. I'm not a big fan of Quake or Doom, to be fair.
But yeah, so new enhanced for PC and console, so they have tweaked a little bit. Yeah,
it's quite brutal, as these games normally are.
It does your head in, doesn't it, sometimes?
Oh, God, yeah.
But, look, I could download, if I've got enough room for Train Sim World 2. Look at that.
Yeah, get your flask out.
Yeah, and my notebook. I've got an anorak somewhere. Well, I saw someone. I was working at Reading Station the other day, and I was on the platform doing some work on the platform there, and there was a guy there making notes of the train. Thought of you at the time when I saw him.
I don't know why, because I'm not the train simulator fan.
No, but it was just because you take the mick out of me.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, yeah. And I thought, oh, here he is. I've not done this one before. Let me make a note of it.
Well, that's completely the wrong sort of towing cable that should have, or whatever it is that they're moan about.
Yeah, it's oh dear. Anyway.
So, what have you been playing, Steve?
So, obviously, I'm still playing Destiny. Now
we've played together.
Yeah, we did. Shock horror. You sounded so depressed, mate, there when you were playing. You did not look like you were enjoying it. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say this now. When we did that run for you to get the exotic gun, you just weren't happy.
No, I wasn't, because I was playing on controller on Destiny. I don't.
We took you through the exotic run on that gun, and that's a bitch of a to do.
I'll tell you what, though, I am looking forward 2 days and crossplay, supposedly.
Yeah.
So now, 2 days. I can be on PC
and I
play
can with us.
Play with you, and I can show you how to boss it.
Yeah, right. Now, I will say this though. So what I've been up to. So I got the splicer finished. So I got me emblem for that title for that one. I am one secret away from doing the previous title, which is Season of the Chosen.
Right.
So I'm going to be doing that with Mark. We're going to run through something together just to get that, and that will be sorted. So I'll have that title as well.
Well, if I can, I'll give you a hand if you want.
Have you finished that title then?
No.
You need to go and scan stuff.
All right. Okay. Probably won't be able to help.
Chosen. So that one there. Also, if you're going to be on playing Destiny, I recommend that you go to Zavala and get rid of spend all your tokens.
Already done it.
From Tuesday, they're going to be gone.
Already done it.
God, I made a load of. I was backwards and forwards. Oh, it seemed like it took me forever.
Oh, already done it, and then I decided to masterwork some guns, and lost all of the shards that I'd gained from.
No, I'm gonna do a bit of farming now, between now and Tuesday, just to get myself ready for the new season. And Season of Chosen, you can carry on with that for quite a while until season 15. So this is season 14, I think it starts on Tuesday.
And am I right in thinking that if you've got the season pass, you already get this for free because they've delayed the release of the next big expansion?
Yeah, this was still in as a part of that, as far as I'm aware. It is. Yeah, there's not anything different. So I've been going on there. I also I've been doing a bit of a mission because I noticed I had a quest for a specific sniper rifle that you do for Gambit, and I completed that this afternoon and picked up the Adored sniper rifle. There was 4 stages for that. It wasn't too bad to do, to be honest. I was all right with that. Did that as well.
Did you ever do, that one where you get those 3 discs?
I've still got that to complete.
Yeah, I want to do that one.
I think
the one where at the end we could not get through it, and you were trying to use the Luma, you and Mark, and I said, let's all go over a Risk Runner when we got it the first time. That one.
I can't even remember what that was now, to be honest. I mean,
I know what it was. It was one of the sort of like dungeon sort of symbols, but on one of the planets. I can't remember which planet it was. But yeah, I want to complete those and get them out of my quest tray because they're just doing my head in sat there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been nice to do that. And then this afternoon I've been playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I was watching a video saying that it's now got a proper XS sticker on it, so it's now 60 frames 4K, and you can tweak it in the options how you want to have your preferences. Played that this afternoon. It looks lovely still. I mean, there's an image. I had a scene, without saying spoilers, there's a scene where she gets really angry due to what goes on. And then the scene, and I'll post a picture of it because I took a quick screenshot. And you see her silhouette coming out of this fire and water. Oh boy, that looked lovely. It did, really did. And where I left it this afternoon is I've got a point where they say to you, you're at the point of no return. Do you want to continue or wait? I'm going to wait. I'll double check what I need to do.
Yeah, for that. Finish off the map.
Yeah, and also, well, no, I have no chance. I'll probably get back afterwards, I think. Also, what I got with me for the definitive edition, which got popped into my inbox, was a gold shotgun, sniper rifle, auto rifle, hand cannon. One was from Facebook, one was from Twitter, one was from YouTube. I don't know what that all means, but they all just immediately popped into my inbox on the game when I booted it back up and reinstalled it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really nice to play that this afternoon. And I know it's one of those games where you sometimes think you want to do it and cane it. I think if you haven't been back there to it, I don't know if you ever did, Haydn.
I've been back a couple of times, but just I don't know what it was about the first Tomb Raider game. I completed it on 3 platforms, and then the subsequent 2, I just couldn't get past certain bits. Just got bored with them. Maybe like I outdid myself on them.
Possibly. Just gonna have a quick look. There we go. There's the 3 discs. I've got them sitting there.
Yeah.
Dreaming Token of Ericus, Dreaming Token of Earth, and Dreaming Token of Quirum. Okay.
I think it'd be good to get rid of those out of our quest logs.
Yeah, that's it. But to say, yeah. Oh, this is season 14 at the moment, so.
Yeah, season 15's the next one.
Yeah. So that's pretty much that. Obviously, due to the popularity of Microsoft Flight Simulator, the Weta Stick sold out very quickly.
Exceptionally quickly, yeah.
So when it done that, I just put an order in for it. It was going for about 77, I think. I think when we originally looked, it wasn't far off what it was on the website, was it?
No, it was 70 quid is the recommended retail price.
Yeah. So mine turned up on Friday. I thought it was going to turn up Saturday, so I completely ignored my emails. And I looked on Amazon. It's now gone up to now being over 100. So they're obviously thinking, no, these are going like hotcakes. We can probably put it up a little bit.
Yeah, supply and demand, isn't it?
It's a little bit naughty.
I think it's still the same in Argos, though, if you want one.
Yeah. So I didn't realise. So when I got it out, so how many boxes was it in? It was in a big box.
Yeah.
Then there was another box, and then it was in another. It's like that Russian puzzle with all the dolls.
Yeah.
I was coming out of boxes all the time. And I was very surprised on the quality of the build of it and how big it is.
It's 80 quid on Argos.
There you go. They've even tweaked it up a little bit as well then. So, yeah, very surprised on the build. couldn't believe how sturdy it was as well.
Yeah.
And
Have
the
you tried?
physical-
Have you tried separating it so you've got the stick on one side and a joystick on the other?
Well, no, it's funny. In the lounge, I've got a glass table, and what it is, it's like probably it's bigger than a 12-inch record. If you imagine the size of that, so it's maybe 15. So and then it's got underneath the glass, it's got a stem and a smaller glass at the bottom.
Yeah.
So in my chair, I can actually tuck that glass table into my chest politely, or should I say, comfortably, and then I can actually stick the joystick in that position on the glass, and it's really comfortable to play. I thought, what am I going to use? Because I'm going to have to get something that I'm going to have to get like a dinner. Remember the old dinner trays for the TV back in the day?
Yeah.
You have them on your legs. But this glass table is perfect for what I needed. I was really chuffed. So I got it out. I did watch a video and realised that you may well need to calibrate this. And there is a few videos out there explaining what the best sort of options are to calibrate and how to tweak the percentages of the distances that you're travelling with it.
Yeah. Welcome to PC world.
Yeah. So what I thought is, for now, I'm not going to do that. I am just going to plug it in and take off and see how it goes. And to be honest, out of the box, it wasn't so bad. It's obviously getting used to where the buttons are. So where you do your power, you've got your hands situated on there. You've got the X and Y and A buttons on there. You've got the Xbox controller buttons down by the joystick below you there, which you can. And I think you can change the inputs on these, so you can tweak to what you want, how you want to do it. Yeah. And it felt so much better to fly with. Even if you were to go out of control, or even just to turn a plane, shall I say. I didn't go into a jumbo, I was just doing little planes at the time. And it felt so responsive. So because of that, I've already now just put back on the box that. But I don't even go there with that game because I've forgotten how to play it. So
well, don't forget that I did some good tutorials on how to play Elite Dangerous, so you're all right.
So I did download that. I put that back on, and my ship's still sitting where it's sat with the England flag on it. But maybe at some point I might try that. But no, I really like the Flight Sim stick. It really is worth. If you're going to stick with that game as a game to play,
yeah,
and not on a whim, I would solely recommend it so much.
Cool.
And you got one up from that, haven't you? So yours is slightly different.
Yeah, the one I've got's the Saytech X52, but that obviously isn't compatible with the Xbox.
No,
or at least I don't think it is.
Literally, it's plug it in, it pops up, it says you've got a new device on Microsoft Flight Sim, and you just go from there. It's just plug and play. You know.
Actually, I wonder if it would actually work because it's USB. So maybe give it a go because I'm sure it'll probably give extended support to other ones.
Yeah, but there's a lot. There's a lot of playing around. You can tweak it. So
yeah, but I'll tell you what though, playing Elite Dangerous with a flight stick completely lifts the game, and then playing Elite Dangerous with a flight stick with VR is like fantastic.
Well, man, I did that many moons ago, should we say, when I went to a Earls Court conference. Game conference, we say, what we did. I can't remember what it was called those days. I think it was actually, no, it was this one. It was
EGX. Well, in that case, then that wasn't Earls Court. That was.
It was.
That was the NEC. That was the NEC. No, it was the NEC. Yeah.
Oh, we got that, but no, I think. All right, it might have been before then, because me and Nats went down there.
Right. Yeah, I think you'd been the year before on that.
And that was at Earls Court. That was the last time it was at Earls Court.
Yeah, it's back to Earls Court now, isn't it?
No, it's flats there now. There's no Earls Court.
So, not Earls Court, but
XL.
Somewhere else. Yeah, the XL. See, for me, that makes it just completely pointless to go because it's way too expensive to get to London. It's at
the Docklands end as well.
Yeah.
It's right down there. So it's funny you said it because I was watching, and this is completely different, but I was watching some Bond stuff on Blu-ray the other night, and the one, I can't think which film it was, the one where the MI5 building blows up and the big hole comes out of it, and Pierce Brosnan uses that boat on the Thames.
Yeah.
So where he ends up by the O2 is where the XL is right down that neck of the woods.
That's Tomorrow Never Dies, isn't it?
Might be. No, it's not, because it's got the guy.
It's the one before, because it's the one where it's the daughter of the oil baron, isn't it?
Because the oil baron dies when the money blows up with his pin, and that's where Q was there. You know, he said, "Don't take that out; it's not finished yet." And he just, it's brilliant scene from James Bond. That one, really good. But yeah, so it's right down that neck of the woods.
Die Another Day, wasn't it?
No, it's not that one. That was Madonna, and that was where he was doing the hovercraft ones. And
I have to remember. I don't really remember the Brosnan ones as.
They're worth going back to. I think they're it might be The World Is Not Enough. Is that one?
No, that was the Elliot Carver.
No, that's Tomorrow Never Dies. When it, because the Tomorrow newspaper.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it might be that one, because there's a couple of my favourite intros of Piers ones.
Yeah, it's The World Is Not Enough. That's the one, because that's the one with Christmas Jones. And then Bond says that great line at the end of the movie. It's funny. I thought Christmas only came once a year.
Yeah. But yeah, so when you have that speedboat bit of fun with the O2, that's where the XL is, down that that neck of the woods. So it's a way out your way. Yeah.
So you see, to me, it's just it's prohibitively expensive to go. Whereas if it's at the NEC, that's a few hours drive for me, and the parking, for what I can have for the whole day. In terms of cost there, including all meals, the petrol, the parking, everything, is less than what the train ticket would cost just to get to London, let alone then across London.
And unfortunately, the XL is where Destination Star Trek is this year.
Yeah, so I won't be going to that.
No, it wouldn't be happening this year, but it'd been nice to go back to get some photographs signed that we got that year we went, which is now 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Time flies.
God.
That's what I thought.
It's really frightening. I need to update my Facebook profile so I don't have me with William Shatner on there anymore.
That's all right, because you're a bit younger then, anyway.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, but I'm 50 now.
But I say, going back to the flights, it's fantastic. It's well worth picking up if you decided to buy the game outright. Now, obviously, I've only got it on Game Pass. And I haven't mentioned this, but you might have seen it, but I did buy a plane.
Yeah, you got a Spitfire, didn't you?
Well, it's 2 Spitfires, actually.
All right, okay.
And my mum's brother was in the RAF, and he's flown the Spitfires. He actually flew them in a parade one year over London as well, a few years ago. But I think by the time that goes to get off, if it ever goes off Game Pass, then by then it'll be cheaper to pick up anyway. Yeah,
I'm sure by the time, because I think this game will be around for years and years and years without any significant upgrade, like the last one was. And I think that you come 2 or 3 years time, you'll be picking this up for like a tenner with all the world maps and stuff like that.
I mean, there's going to be a new world update soon.
Yeah,
number 6 apparently. But it's so relaxing to play. It really is. I just can't get enough of it. It's, I say, in between playing Destiny and other stuff, and then what else there is to play out there, it's time of day, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if I was playing it in a different mode, if there was or something, but it just felt like there was so much to learn on it, and I just could not be bothered.
Well, see, what I've done is I went to a YouTube video, and he said, this is the sort of settings you should have to play it. So I haven't got it set on easy by far. I've got some settings in there which make part of it hard, but you learn the speed to take off. It's fine, honestly. Play it like that, and then you can tweak it as you get used to it.
Yeah, I might give it a go.
You see, if people are playing it out of the box on easy, then I think that's nothing worth. You've got to change it.
Yeah.
It needs a bit of a tweak, because otherwise, where's the enjoyment of it?
So I'd just rather fly around areas that I know and get that sort of perspective from it. I'm not bothered about some of the
we're not
mission
doing
sort of things.
Yeah, we're not like, it's not saying, well, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to fly between Heathrow and Malaga, and here we go. And it's do you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day I was in Thailand and I was in the most slowest plane I got, which is one with the big bulky windows so you can look out. It's very similar to one actually, why the reason I did it. And I was going low level in the water looking for Scaramanga's Island in Thailand. I looked on Google where it was, and you got the coming out of the water with all the rocks, haven't you, and all that.
Yeah.
So I was flying low level on the water around the islands, and there was thunder and lightning in the background going on.
Yeah, because it's linked to real world weather, isn't it?
It was, yeah, and it was. I could hear this crack of thunder. Where's that coming from? And I could see the sky light up. And went to America and flew around Devil's Tower from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I've done a bit of like a sort of movie sort of set section. Flew over Universal Studios when I went to Tampa in Florida.
Yeah.
Places like that. So, and did Las Vegas. So that's where you get your kicks out of it. It's by not just flying over your home or around England. It's just pick some places you think about. Oh yeah, I could go there, or
Yeah.
But yeah, I think really do.
Mm.
Anyway, do you got one more thing to talk about? Anything else?
Yeah, so I've been having a go recently on 12 Minutes. So this is a new game that's on Game Pass. Basically, it's called 12 Minutes because the game, each loop lasts 12 minutes, thereabouts. So you're basically a husband caught in a time loop, which sees you playing the same 12 minutes over and over again. Every loop, you find out more about why a man reporting to be a police officer breaks into your house and kills you and your wife, asking about the location of a pocket watch. And with each loop, you learn more information so that hopefully you can persuade your wife that you're going through this time loop, and that you can then try and stop what happens. And if you leave the flat, the time loop restarts and all of that sort of thing. So it's quite an intriguing game. Obviously, there's a lot of repetition in it because it's the same 12 minutes happening over and over again. But it's sort of like, you have more information each time, and it opens up different dialogue options and stuff like that when you talk to characters. But it can be quite frustrating as, you have a limited amount of time to do things, and sometimes you have to do things quite quickly. The achievements are quite obscure, and most of them, if not all of them, are not story progression related. They're for obscure things like water in the flowers that are in the bedroom and stuff like that. It's very weird. So you're sort of like the type of thing that you have to look up the achievements in order to know how to complete them all, which is not the type of ones that I prefer, to be fair. It's got some great voicing from the cast. So you've got Daisy Ridley, aka Rey from Star Wars. You've got James McAvoy, Professor X himself, and William Dafoe.
Yeah.
So there's some great voice acting in there. Quite an all-star kind of cast there, really. Probably, it probably won't take you more than a couple of hours to complete once you've got used to the story. But what I did feel was it felt a bit glitchy, because I obviously was monitoring what people were saying, and there's this one bit after the first cycle, you're supposed to hear about this man's looking for a pocket watch. Apart from he never said it on my cycle, evidently everybody else's ones, it said that. And then about 4 or 5 loops in, I then get something about ask the question about the nanny. Well, there'd been no discussion about the nanny. I don't know what that's even in reference to, because it's in no way linked to anything that any of my characters had done. When I've looked at mobile phones in the game, it was nothing to do with messages on there, or on when I did manage to knock out the policeman or the purported policeman, it wasn't on his phone and stuff like, and it's just sort of like, where the heck did this come from? This is a random sort of statement. So it's obviously quite glitchy as a game, which again, in this type of game, you really can't afford that, because obviously everything sort of like needs to link up correctly. And on this one particular time, I'd not got some of the time. I was interviewing this police officer. I had him tied up on the floor, and I was interviewing him, asking him questions, saying, why are you after me, or why are you after my wife, all this, that, and the other. And it said, so you've got to prove. You can't say that she wasn't where whatever, and you prove it. So I gave him the proof, but then it glitched and the loop reset, and I didn't get his response. So then I tried to do the same thing the next round, repeating the same actions, and it wouldn't let me get the end of the conversation, which would open up more dialogue. So it's a bit buggy on PC at least. So I was a bit disappointed about that. But overall, it's not a bad game. It's very much, it is what it is. It's not going to be Game of the Year. I can tell you that now. But it's got quite a good story to it.
Once you've played. Is that it? You go back to it.
I would not. Once I've completed this, I will not be going back to it. But I would have completed it by now. But it's just I've had so many glitches in it in terms of the dialogue or whatever, and also been trying to figure out what some of the achievements are, because the thing about the flowers and the water in the flowers, I completely found that out by mistake. Because I was just trying random sort of things, and I tried that, and it just happened, and I thought, oh, okay, that's how the achievements work on this game. Great. Because
go on, carry on.
Because then you have to look stuff up. And I the whole point of achievements is you should do something complicated, but it should be achievable without having to look it up. So,
do you want to mention your game score while we're talking about games?
Well, I thought I'd leave that until we get to the questions, because there is a question about if we've had any gaming achievements this year.
Oh, okay. Well, those that aren't aware, then we'll leave it till then,
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
So let's quickly move on then to movies, TV and streaming.
Yeah.
In quest of a better life,
okay, so News Rise. I don't think we got a great deal.
No.
I think there's been a firm date for the Bond film. I've not seen it yet.
November, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a definite now, isn't it? At last, at least we'll be going to cinema to see the next Bond film.
I'll tell you one thing I did find really quite amusing.
Yeah.
It's one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and there was an uproar today because someone has just realised that 007 isn't Bond. And it's sort of like...
What have you been under?
then all of a sudden, it's sort of like, oh, it's this black woman who is Bond. Oh, you can't have that. You can't have them as 007. And it's sort of like, she's not James Bond. She's 007. James Bond is a character played by the actor who plays that character. The woman is a different agent being designated with 007 after James Bond's retirement. That's a very standard sort of thing,
Well,
so, and it's just sort of like, people going, oh, that's it. It's all political correctness gone mad, and I'm not watching James Bond anymore and all that. And I just thought, oh, it's pathetic. It really is.
I'm
pathetic.
sure by the end of it, we're going to see them say that, do you want your handle back?
Yeah, most probably. I don't. To be honest, I wonder if maybe they kill Bond and then move on with a different character in the future, because they could do something that bold on this.
Oh, I don't think so. That's a bit far fetched, personally.
I'm not saying it's a likely scenario, but if they wanted to move,
he's out of retirement. He'll come back out of retirement, and then in the next movie, it'll be someone else just playing Bond. It'll just carry on like it's done for 50 odd years. Maybe. But... And then I don't think there's going to be a gun barrel sequence in this one,
right? Because
he's retired. So why would you have a gun barrel sequence?
No, I think the gun barrel sequence, I think we've seen part of that in the trailer, because I think that will be him minding his own business and then suddenly getting shot at.
Who knows? Yeah. I think, if anything, again, I didn't like it. Was it Casino Royale where they had it at the very end?
Yeah, because the very end of Casino Royale and the beginning of Quantum of Solace was the same sequence.
Yeah.
It's the green.
I just got a funny feeling that the gun barrel sequence won't exist in this one. Because he's not retired. So what have it? He can't do it, can he?
I'm not sure unless that's the opening gambit is what brings him back in.
Yeah.
That might be, it might show him like, relaxing, being a father and all of that sort of stuff, which is supposed to be in this movie. But don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so cinema releases this week, 27th of August. We have Candyman, which is a remake from the original movie.
Yeah.
I love the original. I don't know if I get to see this yet. We have The Nest. We have The Pebble and the Boy, The Last Bus, and Our Ladies. So there's your selection for this week.
Indeed. Blu-ray DVDs.
Far away.
Few to pick out. Cyborg. Bit of Van Damme. There's a bit of a Van Damme theme, actually, because there's also In Hell as well. Doctor Who, Web of Fear. That's on Blu-ray and DVD. And there's a steelbook version. There's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the Magical Movie Mode 20th Anniversary Edition. Really? Is it 20 years? Jesus. So that's interesting. Basic Instinct 2021 Restoration 4K.
Well, you got that out, so I don't know why that's sitting there, but there you go.
Sorry?
Basic Instinct, you say?
Yeah, Basic Instinct, the restoration version on 4K.
Yeah, I've already got it. I've had that for about 3 weeks. Anyway,
Right.
but never mind.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the list movies get changed from.
I think they just, yeah.
And sometimes they get republished as well. That's the other thing. If they've run out of one run, then they do a re-release. So Resident Evil 2002 4K Blu-ray, Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse 4K Blu-ray. We've got The Walking Dead Season 10 Blu-ray and DVD and The Walking Dead Seasons 1 to 10 box set. What I would say about that is don't buy the Season 1 to 10 box set. There's going to be 11 seasons. Wait till the end of next season. Which
you
is
can stream them on most things now anyway.
Well, you know that The Walking Dead's on Disney Plus.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah, all 10 seasons are on Disney Plus.
Some of it is on Amazon Prime as well.
And the new season is coming on Disney Plus as well. And then we've got Top Gun's Steelbook 4K and Blu-ray as well.
Can I add to that list? If I just have a look.
Yeah, the ones you want to add on.
So the ones that actually I do own. So I have now got Cat o' Nine Tails Limited Edition 4K Blu-ray, which is Dario Argento, one of his early movies from the 70s. I think that is probably going to be it. Oh, do you remember Gandhi? That was quite a good movie, actually.
Yes, Gandhi's coming out on 4K as well. That is a good one. I forgot to highlight that one.
That got a load of Oscars, that did, didn't it?
Yeah, Ben Kingsley.
Yeah. I think that's about it, actually. Yeah,
some good movies. Cinema charts, we got Space Jam and New Legacy at number 5, number 4, Jungle Cruise, number 3, Suicide Squad, number 2, the Paw Patrol movie, and number 1, we've got Free Guy. And I forgot to put the Blu-ray and DVD charts in, which I'll pick out in 1 second. Just give me a minute. I knew I'd forgotten something today. I just felt it in my water.
So walking about movies, my Jaws 2 Steelbook arrived.
Okay.
I still think that's not. I think that needs a bit of love, that movie, because I think it's not bad compared to the other. After 3D, it went downhill drastically, but Jaws 2, I think, still a good flick.
Yeah. So, in terms of the Blu-ray DVD charts, we got Zack Snyder's Justice League for some god unknown reason at number 5, Peter Rabbit 2 at number 4. New entry is Spiral, A Book of Saw at number 3. Another new entry, Cruella at number 2. And at number 1, new entry, Doctor Who and a Web of Fear special, which has just been released. So
that's interesting. Just looking at what you've watched, I have not mentioned it, but I have watched that in between us being off as well.
Right, okay.
The first one.
Yeah. So do you want to say what you've been watching?
Okay, so just quickly, can't believe it's now 40 years since American Werewolf in London came out. I actually sat there and watched that. I didn't even realise that was the anniversary, but I've sat and watched that off of my Arrow copy. Just
to cheer you up and make you feel older, Stephen, I was in primary school.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people. I was talking to someone on Instagram. No, Instagram, yeah. Someone decided to follow, and I said thank you. And we had a nice little conversation about music and John Carpenter and that. And we were talking about games and stuff like that. And she, I was telling you what I brought up, but she said, yeah, I didn't exist then, she said. I thought, yeah, thanks for that. But So off the back of watching Fear Street Part 1 and Part 2 on Netflix, I got to finally see Part 3. This Part 3 was set in 1666, and it does eventually come back into Part 2 during the film. Really enjoyed them. I think they're worth watching. Even if you're not keen on horror, I think they're still worth a watch.
Yeah.
But it has a vibe of the Stranger Things in it because of the time it's set, but except for the 70s one. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Also, we just on a whim, we were going through films I needed to watch, and we picked up The Island. And I've never seen it, didn't know anything about it.
I was sure you'd seen this because I was sure we'd had a conversation about it.
No, it's been one that's been sitting to watch for years, and it's just from 2005.
Yeah,
a long time ago. And Scarlett Johansson still looks good then. She doesn't look a lot different.
Scarlett Johansson, to be fair, looks good always.
In the bin bag, she'd look good, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Obviously, we got. It's about a world where. Well, it's very weird because at the beginning of the film, you're seeing these people that are regimentally looked after and looks like they're sort of bred in a weird society where the rest of the world's dead and buried. But without giving it away, because I wouldn't like to, because we've not seen it.
Well, I would just leave it there.
Yeah, because it's far from what you think. And being a Michael Bay movie, expect Crash Bang Wallop, and I think, to be honest, I didn't mind that at all. Michael Bay.
It worked in the movie. It worked in the movie. And to me, I always thought this film feels like the reverse of Logan's Run in a way.
I get you. I can see where you're coming. Well, actually, it's probably something very similar.
Yeah, it is very similar, but like the opposite end of the spectrum, going backwards.
Without people thinking now what they're talking about. And
yeah, watch the movie if you haven't seen this 20-year-old movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed this film, and the missus did as well.
Yeah.
Because my missus doesn't watch old movies in brackets, you know.
Yeah, I have to be. I think, to be fair, I think that the statute of limitation on spoilers for this movie, as it's from 2005, is probably over. But just for respect, we will
I think because if I've only just seen it, I'm sure there's loads of people that haven't.
I'm sure that there is. Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, been watching a bit of junk TV with the missus. I have noticed now that Flash is now started on Sky, so I'm going to wait until I catch up to where I've got to with that. I did cringe. You can cringe now while I say this. So I have started looking at the new season of DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Steve, I thought you had good taste in.
I do have good taste, but I'm curious. I'm still a curious being, you know. Other than that,
I am curious about what it would feel like if you put your hand in a blender, but I have no intention of trying it.
No. We watch. Me and Mr. We always love watching a bit of MasterChef, and that's on at the minute. Yeah, I think that's probably about it. Also, what else did we watch? Yeah, we watched a film that you're about to talk about. Shall I let you talk about?
Okay, so the film I was going to say is about Jolt. If you've not seen this one, so this is a new movie starring Kate Beckinsale, and it's sort of like very much the same but very different at the same time. So basically, the story premise is that she's a woman with anger management issues who has some extreme sort of shock therapy to stop her from assaulting anyone.
And the title.
Yeah, at all, because the slightest thing, like somebody chewing a crisps loudly could just set her off to, beat them to a pulp kind of thing. Anyway, she meets this guy on a sort of blind date, and he ends up being killed. The police, get in contact, or she gets in contact with the police about the death, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes on a revenge-fueled rampage after the murderer of the man that she was falling for.
I will say one thing about this film, and I did like that. Do you remember Robert Downey Jr. doing the Sherlock Holmes movies?
Yeah.
And the way he would think, and you would see how he would maybe attack someone, but she would have this. You think, oh my God, you just done this, but she's just thinking about it, even if she could do it.
Yeah.
And what was the Jason Statham movie? Crank, was it? Where he has to pump adrenaline in the system to keep alive.
I think so. Yeah, it was something
and stuff like that. And yeah, well. Not probably exactly the same, but...
Yeah, I mean, before you say what you thought about this, just a couple of points I want to pick out about first off, I've seen a lot of ratings about this movie saying it was actually quite average at best. And to me, this was a type of movie, like a lot of Kate Beckinsale movies are, that, you know, it does exactly what you expect it to do on the tin, really. I could see the plot twists in this movie coming on about as good as driving from the A1 from Scotland and knowing how far off I was from London, to be fair. And personally, I thought that Kate Beckinsale gave a really good performance as a character. And I think she gave the right amount of sort of hard-ass bitch sort of character that she was supposed to be, to also showing that vulnerable side to a character which made her likable and relatable. And it's definitely a sort of like go with the flow movie that doesn't stand up to you know, people picking it to bits, but it was just enjoyable to me. I really enjoyed it for what I
think the ending was a bit cut short of the way it just finished. I thought that maybe could have been different. But normally Kate Beckinsale to us is the next door neighbour mum who's very cute and, you know, doesn't put a foot wrong. She's just an ordinary person. And
that's not the Kate Beckinsale that I was thinking of, to be fair.
Not in this. Well, do you know, I mean, like we've watched her in films with Adam Sandler, for example, you know, when in Click, she plays the mum and, you know, just...
You see, to me, when you say Kate Beckinsale, I think of Underworld.
Well, no, sorry, I don't. I actually think, to be honest, my favourite film of hers is always going to be Van Helsing. I just love that movie, and that really sticks out more for me.
Yeah, I think it was a shame that Total Recall ended up being so rubbish. Because
I've not seen that, so I don't worry about it.
Oh, you haven't seen the 2012 version?
No, I won't watch it. It. No, but when she played in Van Helsing, and I think I've got on Blu-ray the Underworld movies.
Right.
And she was great in them, obviously, but I just loved her in Van Helsing. But this is like she was trying to play a sort of version of John Wick, I think, to a certain degree, maybe, you know. Without being the assassin, but she could be, you know. Yeah,
I mean, she obviously was a character-wise was supposed to have had a lot of training in that sort of way, but what I liked about her character was she did have this incredibly vulnerable sort of side to the character.
She was human at the end of the day, and she wants to be loved, as any woman does.
Well, anybody does.
Her attitudes, her persona, how she comes across. She doesn't trust anyone, you know. It's like you wouldn't, as I say, you wouldn't want to walk past her and step on crisps and she'd flinch and have a go at you.
Yeah, no, and so like the idea is that, you know, when it showed you the thought process going through her head, where, you know, the guy on the train, and she was thinking about knocking him out to a pulp, and then it slips back, and then she's like pressing this buzzer that gives her the shock treatment to stop her from going absolutely mental. But you're right in terms of, you know, it's exactly the point I was making, is that, you know, as a character, her character's longing for that sort of like connection with
and
a
normality
person
as well,
and normality. But she's so, I think it's like she's protecting people from her sort of thing, which you can understand. You know, if somebody had been brought up with this you know, cortisone or whatever it was that they said that was running through a system every, you know, or a hairpin trigger, that she would deflect people away from her because she wouldn't want to hurt them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed it as a movie. I know it's not going to be getting any Academy Awards or anything like that.
Oh, fuck.
But it just did what it says on the tin. It was a bit like The Island. Yeah. It was just.
Well, see, then I didn't research it as much as I didn't realise Scarlett Johansson was in it. I knew Ewan McGregor was in it, and do you know what? The only thing that bugged me in that film, but there's a reason why it bugged me, and there's a reason why it was, and that was when he had an American accent.
Yeah, that was bad.
But there's a reason for that.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what
I'm thinking. God, I don't like that accent. Speak Scottish for Christ's sake. But then there's a reason for that, and you know, it's what it is.
Yeah. All that we can say is Ewan McGregor's a great actor, but accents are not his forte.
But maybe that was deliberate then as well, because of what he was.
I just think he's not a good accent.
But I don't know. I'm going to stand up for him a little bit because I've got a lot of respect for that guy.
Although when you hear him talking normally, he is quite Scottish. Whereas when you hear him,
I was just saying with David Tennant, but David Tennant's got a good accent library.
Got a good standard sort of British accent, but is the American for Ewan McGregor is not good.
But yeah, no, I know. Also, Jolt is on Amazon Prime.
It is, yeah. So it's free to watch on Amazon Prime. So if you've got Prime, definitely go and have a look at that. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. So the last thing for me is What If? So this is the new Marvel animated series, which is taking over from Loki.
Loki, yeah, I've not seen it. Now, I probably won't be able to see it now until I get Disney Plus because of,
we'll get Disney Plus, mate, because it's definitely worth it. And these animated series are worth it as well. So being What If, the idea is, what if it's sort of like an alternate universe? So this is all feeding into the multiverse of madness and where things were left off with sort of Loki, the fact that there were different universes out there that are different versions of our heroes and stuff like this. And this is taking different characters from across the whole of the MCU and putting them in different sort of scenarios. So the first one in this is all sort of like shaded animation. It's what if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum instead of Captain America, and there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences in the story, and it's absolutely great the way that they've done it. And then the second episode, and I will also say Chadwick Boseman voiced 4 of these episodes. This was his last sort of appearance as T'Challa before he died. So the second episode is, what if Yondu taken T'Challa instead of Peter Quill?
Is there a point in all these episodes? Is there a point?
Yes, there is, because...
Or is it just we've done this for fun?
No, because it's all based around the Watcher. So if you remember that episode where that movie where the Stan Lee appearance was, he was stood with 3 bald-headed guys and he was in a spacesuit and he was telling them, and on this other time. Do you remember that one? That cameo of Stan Lee?
I don't remember now.
It was on one of the movies. Anyway, they were all the Watchers. So this is about one of the Watchers saying about different things that happen in different universes. So what I absolutely love is on the second episode, Star-Lord is, a Ravager, and he still nicks the thing that Peter Quill stole at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy. But this time, instead of when the guy turns around and says, Star-Lord, who? He goes, Star-Lord, oh my God, I'm one of your biggest fans and stuff like this. So there's lots of differences. And Thanos is on his team because somehow T'Challa had come into contact with Thanos and T'Challa come in contact with each other. And he managed to persuade Thanos that his approach to solving the universe's problems wasn't the way that it should be done. So he liked the idea and enjoyed his team. It's just sort of like some ludicrous sort of things that you would never expect. And you see lots of other ones, but basically what's going to happen is these are going to all start once we've had some of the others. So Killmonger's going to be one. What if Killmonger got the Iron Man suit and stuff like that? These are all going to start to mix together. And then you're going to get Guardians of the Multiverse, which is another MCU sort of thing. So it's different to Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, but it's bringing in characters from different parts of the multiverse, but characters that we know but have a different sort of story.
Is this Disney doing what they did to Star Wars by just chucking us so much stuff that it's going to be ridiculous?
No, because what's going to happen then is from this animated series, that's going to then cross-pollinate to the movies.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of cross-pollination on this. So I think there's about 9 or 10 episodes, 9 I think, if I remember rightly, in this season. And I'm actually quite enjoying it because I like that idea about the what if sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to the Killmonger one, seeing how that one kind of works out. But some characters won't ever become the character that you expect. So, for example, there won't be a Winter Soldier because Bucky doesn't fall off the train and that sort of stuff, although there is still that train sequence and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's quite interesting the way that they're approaching it, and it just gives you a very fresh sort of thing into that universe. And then when they have the moments that are just a twist on what was the original, and you're thinking, oh yeah, I quite like that, or I don't like that, or whatever, depending on your point of view. But I think it will be interesting when the characters move over to the movie verse, and are we going to see Peggy Carter as Captain Britain, for example?
Yeah, it just sounds a bit not far-fetched, it just sounds a bit...
Well, it's all in the comics anyway, so it's not like you're just making it up. It is already there. It's already established canon. But that's the thing, is that the what if is canon to the MCU.
Right.
So I thought it was quite interesting. Anyway, that's it from me.
Okay, so we'll move to our last section, which is the listener's question.
Yeah.
John, what's happening to us?
Okay, so we'll start as usual. Mark's given us a couple, bless him. Number one is, as good as a service as Game Pass is, doesn't it ultimately devalue the games? Now, I'd say no, and also I'm still sure that they get a cut for putting the game in the pot. It's not like they're making it and they don't make any money out of it.
Oh, no, they will get what they will earn anyway, I think, because don't forget they will also monitor about how many versions of game gets downloaded and played by different people as well, so they'll get that proportion, won't they?
Yeah. I still think it's one of the best things to come out of gaming, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, I do wonder, is it sustainable as a model?
Well, games are always going to be made, games are going to come, they're going to go, it's going to be, this time next year, half of those could be gone, but there'll be a load more games in its place instead. I know we never mentioned it, but one day Halo will be in there.
Yeah. That's true.
All right. I know Halo Infinite has got a bit, just brings up briefly because we didn't mention it in the news, but obviously they're deciding to hold back on the co-op and the Forge at the moment. And so we're probably going to get just a solo game coming out, first of all. What's the problem with that? That's how games used to be. That's all I'm going to say about it. But that will be in there, obviously, in November time. Surely when the anniversary date kicks in, that will sit there.
Yeah. I mean, for me, my approach to games on Game Pass is very different to any games that I'm buying.
No.
And I think I get where he's coming from, is in I probably am a little bit more picky and choosy about the games in Game Pass, and I might download them but never play them, or I might download and play them for a couple of minutes and throw them. Having said that, though, I've done that with other games as well, but I think it's probably a little
but
bit
this
more.
Way, you're not actually wasting money, are you?
No. I think as a service, it's brilliant.
But
I also think now PlayStation Now's good as well, even though the games are a little bit older.
I mean, this is much more value for people that are just coming into. They're going to get their son their first Xbox. They're going to get them an S, for example, or whatever. And they'll say, well, if you have Game Pass, you've got 100 games there to keep Johnny happy.
But I think also as well, if you've got PC and Game Pass, it's quite a big ball changer if you get the Ultimate version. If you've got both PC and Xbox.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you've got an Android phone as well, because I've not really tried it on iPhone, although you're supposed to be able to do it now. But
you locked up then, but never mind.
Sorry, I said I think if you've got an Android phone, it'd be good. Obviously, I know you can do it on iPhone now, but I've not tried it, and I'm not really bothered about playing mobile gaming. It's just not me. To me, gaming is sat in front of a screen.
You might actually get the Switch out and you might use that, or you pinch your boy's Switch or whatever,
No, I've got my own. He's got his.
Oh, there you go.
But my Switch is permanently plugged into the TV.
Yeah.
And I never play it.
Which I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I'm not a mobile gamer. If I'm going to play a mobile game, it'd be something like Candy Crush, something very, very simple. I don't want to be sat somewhere playing like Civ or Destiny or something like that. You know, sat in a car. That's just my idea of not a good time. To me, I want to sit and I want to savor that gameplay by playing it properly, as it were. So.
Okay. Do you want to see what Mark's second question is? Okay,
Mark's second question is: what's your most overrated and underrated game so far this year?
Overrated.
I can think of two, one to me for each.
Go on then.
I'm going to say my most overrated was Returnal because I just did not get on with the gameplay. I know, and it was never supposed to be anything different, but that whole, rogue sort of gameplay with getting you, the map resets, everything that you have resets, it just did my head in, and I just did not enjoy it in the end. I think it was a brilliant shooter, but as soon as you started getting stuck in that loop and not making any real progress, I just lost interest. My level of interest went down exponentially in that game. And I think that probably the biggest game for me that was underrated was Biomutant.
Okay.
I really quite liked that game. I thought, it played really well. It looked beautiful. It was good. What about yourself, Steve?
I don't know, really. Because my gaming is not as vast as yours, I don't think I could probably comment. I mean, underrated, I'm still going to say, because people say it's a half an hour, an hour's worth of game time is Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's fair. I think that's underrated, because people seem to think you're going to play it for 10 minutes and put it down. And there are things to do in it. I know there's not like a campaign as such, but there is things to do like a campaign where you're going to there's little missions to do. There's training side to do, so there's other little things you can do other than just pick up and try and fly a plane.
Yeah.
Overrated. Would Cyberpunk come in that list?
Yeah, Cyberpunk would be a very good overrated game.
I know hopefully we're going to get that back on my Xbox when they bring out the next patch or two and the DLC and even the 4K, which I need for it before I go and play it again. Yeah, I want to play it, but at the moment it's just I'm not going to touch it with a barge pole.
You know that mission where you have to pick up the woman who's overdosed, who's naked, and then you have to carry her out to the balcony where these people come. That's as far as I got in it. I just couldn't play any more of it.
I don't remember how far that was, to be honest.
About an hour. Yeah.
I know it's had a lot of bad press. I know there are other things in the world regarding gaming that are worse than this that need more addressing, should we say, without going into it.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll get it right in the end. It'll be
maybe
work itself out.
I sort of have a feeling that CD Projekt Red has turned it into the new Bethesda.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, we did a bit of a fun around. There's other things we could probably briefly mention, but yeah. So, Albert Manyfree is saying, do you prefer to play games with snacks? If so, what do you enjoy?
Well, Steve prefers anything that's really crunchy so that he can annoy the hell out of us down the microphone.
I sound like a horse with an apple. But then again, I don't like to eat stuff because I don't want my controller dirty.
No.
I'd rather drink a beer, though, or I know if I'm on my own, I might have some crisps for me, but Wotsits would be the worst thing to have because your fingers would get so...
Oh, God, yeah, your controller would be cream crackered by the end of night.
You try and use that thumbstick and it'd be the bits in it. So I really try not to, but yeah. Work yourself. You like a Coke every now and then, don't you?
Well, like a Diet Coke, like every now and now, to be fair.
Yeah. You chase the Coca-Cola dragon.
I'm addicted to Coca-Cola. I'll tell you what was funny was when we first started playing and you thought I was drinking beer all the time and you realised it was Diet Coke.
I'm thinking he's drinking a lot of beer and he's not pissed.
Yeah, and it was just Diet Coke.
Yeah, well, I've just had a pint now, so I need another one in a minute, but we'll wait till we finish.
Yeah, we're not far off, are we?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not a big snacker when I'm playing video games. I'll tend to snack before I start, or if I have a break, but I won't do it during, just because I don't like, for the same reason what Steve said, I don't like getting crumbs in my, if I'm playing on my PC, my keyboard's 198 quid. I'm not going to get crumbs in that.
I think I snack more when I watch movies, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether that's going to be ice cream, crisps, some sort of sweets or whatever, it's going to be more.
If I go to the Maltesers, I like a family pack of Maltesers for myself.
Yeah.
not sharing that.
No. I had some Kit Kat ice cream the other day. That was damn nice. Have you ever tried it? Kit Kat ice cream?
No, I haven't. I'm more. I like the sort of like the Magnum ice creams.
Oh, we do like those. Yeah. But we get the tub. The 500 milligram one.
If I'm gonna get that, get ice cream, it'd be like the Hagen-Dazs, and it'd be cookies and cream.
I think one of my favourites I don't have too often these days is the Hagen-Dazs one, because we normally go Ben and Jerry's. Where Hagen-Dazs, I do like the strawberries and cream one. Strawberries and cream. Yeah,
was it the last Marvel movie where it had Hulka flavoured Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah. Surprised it isn't out.
They should actually release that. They really should.
And I've got a soft spot for Doritos.
I like the sort of like the cheesy Doritos. Yeah.
No, I rather the hot ones personally.
No, I like the cheesy ones. But I'll tell you what else I also like. Those Ritz biscuits.
Oh, I can munch into the cows come home.
Yeah, or the cheese ones. What do you not the Ritz? The little circular ones.
Is it the Ritz ones, but with the cheese in the middle as well, like a sandwich?
No. I can't remember what you can get them in little packets as well. They're like circular Jacob's crackers, but with cheese. I forgot what they're called. Whatever they are. I like those.
The kiddie snack ones. Did you get a little tub?
Mini cheddars. Yeah, cheddars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, not mini cheddars, but normal. The packs that you can get, the slightly bigger ones. So those cheddar cheese, like biscuity things, but with hummus.
Oh yeah, I love hummus. Yeah.
Yeah, and particularly I'd go for like sweet chili hummus or the Marmite one.
Yeah, I have the Marmite one. Sometimes it can be. I love that, but sometimes it's a bit too much. I wouldn't eat a whole hummus. Probably a half of one.
Oh, I'd only eat like a half hummus with some of the biscuits in one sitting, and then I would go back a couple of days later and finish it off.
But then again, if I have Doritos, something I like to do with Doritos is have that sort of nacho idea where I get the big red bag of Doritos, I'll put them all over the plate, and I get a load of cheese, a great cheese all over them, and then I'll put that in the microwave, blitz it till it's nice and crispy, and then just get some, the cream and that and everything else you put all on that. That's a nice easy meal, quick easy meal to do. And then I might, if I'm lucky and I can find a tin of nice hot chili, I'll open it up in the middle and pour that in the middle of the plate as well, and then pick out the chili with the Doritos. Yeah,
I think
hungry now.
The other one I like as well is those sweet chili chicken, sweet chili. Sort of like they're also triangular, but they're not Doritos. I forgot what they're called, but they're
You mean the ones that are in the sort of a pack like?
They're a black pack with red writing on.
Yeah, they're made by Doritos, by the way.
Are they? Well, I didn't know.
But they're just different,
Yeah, different sort of branding, but I quite like those. So yeah,
there's a Doritos logo at the bottom of them, I think.
All right, I didn't know that.
Anyway, do you want to go into this question? Yeah. Probably done it the right way around. So do you want to read Lee's?
So Lee Doty's asking, welcome back, lads. What was your greatest gaming achievement during the summer break? Any progress made on the backlogs?
Nothing for me to say, but I think I'll leave it on to you. This question just for you, really. I think you did it deliberately, I think.
I think you probably did. My gaming achievement was, as you all know, I've been quite open about this, I've been focusing on Gamerscore, and my aim for this year was to get from where I was last year, which was 382,000 Gamerscore, to get to 500,000 by the end of the year. I am now at 513,745 gamer score. 24,000 of
Someone
which
has
was
a
earned.
serious problem, I hear. I think you need to go and speak to someone in a couch and have a chat.
Yeah, 25,000 gamer score this month, and over 30,000 gamer score last month.
My gamer score this month is at the moment is the 4 friggin' achievements I got on Tomb Raider this afternoon.
So about 80.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I almost got a gamer score. What was that for?
Yeah. No, in the last month, I've had about 56,000 gamer score.
Yeah.
The last 2 months. So
well done.
So chasing a dragon, as it were. So shall we see if we can get to near 550 by the end of the year?
Another year you get to 1 million? I think.
I would no. I think
it's going to take a year and a half, maybe 2.
No, I think if I really, really focused on it and I had infinite money, which I don't.
But Game Pass helps, doesn't it?
It helps. It helps, but it doesn't always help. You still have to buy some of them. So I reckon probably be hitting 1 million gamer score in probably 2 or 3 years' time.
Because I think if you do that, I think Microsoft actually give you something for it, don't they?
I don't know. No idea.
When the first person that got 1 million,
Stallion,
yeah, I think
who was actually now being sort of like taken down because it was found out that other people were also playing on his gamer tag to help him get the gamer score.
Really?
Yeah, evidently that's what I'd heard recently.
But I think like YouTube, if you get so many followers or whatever, and they give you like a little plaque, don't they? But I think I'm not sure if what Microsoft do. If you get 1 million, I'm sure it gets registered somewhere to say well done.
Yeah, I think that would be quite a neat thing, but I've never seen anybody get anything or publish that they've got anything from Microsoft. But it does show a hell of a commitment to their service. But it was actually quite funny because just the gamer scores just seem to really accelerate recently. But some of it is because 1 or 2 of the games have had sort of like bonus gamer score added to it, which have then gone and completed. So for me, it doesn't quite feel like a victory yet, because I think I worked it out that I needed, because of some of the games and the way that the gamer score had ended up with additional stuff, I need about another 20 or 30,000 on top of the 500,000. So that means I've only got another 17 to go, and then I've sort of like achieved what my goal was, but without the extra boosting from some of them. So I know that some people have said, well, if some of the games that you've played, it's just the easy thing, and it's and likened it to a football team who would sort of like walk the way through because it played easy things, and I've said you still have to do it. You still have to say that.
As much as I sometimes said, you played a few indie games to get your gamer score, but you still got to do it physically.
Yeah, you still got to
some of them are probably, I don't know, some of them are still probably a bit of time, a few hours worth of games.
Oh yeah. So, and to be honest, the ones that are a few hours are the ones that are better normally anyway. I mean, some of the great, I've found some great indie games, and to be fair, some of the indie games I've actually found have thrown achievements at you, and I've got the gamer score, but I've still continued to play it because it's a good game.
And you have double dipped as well. That helps.
Yeah. Well, if you can,
double dip, should I say?
Yeah, if you can, you've got a double dip, because gamer score, you're still completing it a second time. So I feel that that's still entirely valid. So, or it isn't in terms of me. For the people,
so for me, you get a Blue Peter badge for that. All right.
Yeah, I do have a very complicated spreadsheet that has tracked every game
very
I have
anal.
completed.
Very, very anal.
Yeah, it has, because I track games in 2 ways. Once I've completed, and once I've completed the gamer score on. And only those ones get put on the spreadsheet. Anything else, so like if I play Tomb Raider and I get 4 achievements and I don't complete the game, that doesn't get put on that.
Mm.
So, there's a thing. But, when you look at, I've gone to 133,000 gamer score in the last 8 months. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Are you looking at what your gamer score is there, Steve?
Do you know what it is?
Aren't you about 98,000, something like that?
98,294.
There you go. Kept an eye on you, see, Steve?
You do look, but if you look this month, I've got 4 achievements for Tomb Raider.
Yeah. How much gamer score have you had this month, Steve?
Where is that?
Because surely you must have picked up a few on Flight Simulator as well.
I've only got 1 on there so far.
Really?
Yeah.
You've had 70 gamer score this month.
Oh, there you go then. That's all on Tomb Raider, right?
It's hard to tell unless I went into every individual one, but yeah. I'll tell you what I was really pleased about. Exactly 500,000.
Sorry, you're dropping in and out here. You froze.
On the gamer score, when I played, I actually got it exactly on 500,000.
Shame you couldn't have said, well, I'm not playing any more games now.
But I have to admit, I did my research into what games did I need to play to get like 15 gamer score from where I was. It wouldn't trigger a 25 or whatever, because I wanted to get exactly 500,000.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
It is what it is. Anyway, yeah, well done though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I actually had a bonus Destiny achievement pop, which I don't know why it popped.
But that's like, I mean, I think there's a couple I haven't done, but I think I've gone as far as I can with that game. Other than getting the ones for the raid and stuff.
Well, yeah, we need to do the raid anyway. It's all a bit of fun. If you don't like achievements, you don't have to worry about it.
Well, no, I don't. I just chuckled to myself when I had 4 achievements popped up in the last half an hour. They weren't. Some of them weren't because you've moved on to the next part of the map. Some of them were like for killing 2 people with 1 bullet, or do you know what I mean? That sort of achievement. Yeah. Anyway, last question.
But you haven't said what your gaming achievement is, Steve. If you have had or any clearance of backlogs or
no, but I think I'm glad to say that I did complete Fallout 3's complete game score, including all the DLC. I think that's still one for me. And also in Red Dead Redemption as well, I did 100% playthrough game on that.
And that's really good. You can't knock that.
But yeah, no, it's every now and then if I try again, they'll pop up every now and then. You'll see I might be at the bottom of the tree, but there you go. But I'm still enjoying playing the games at the end of the day. So.
Steve, you're nearly 100,000. You know that's a gamer score.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably a little way to go yet. Another 800 there, isn't there? But okay. So Paul Wilson's question to finish his show off with: considering the amazing production value of most of the top TV series, offering excellent writing, top of the line actors, state-of-the-art special effects, etc., are blockbuster movies these days pretty much an extended TV episode?
I think it depends upon entirely your point of view
and what the film is.
Yeah.
If it's no, because I think some films you think could split that film into sections and give it a series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Well, despite the fact that we both love it, it was a single episode of Star Trek spread over a movie, effectively.
Yeah, well, the idea of this episode, what's that noise? You hear that?
No.
All right, good. My missus has got the blender on. What's going? Because that blender's at its day. But anyway, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I think due to COVID, we've had more films come out on Netflix and Amazon than we had anywhere else from production value from studios, as in, just because of the way of the world.
Yeah.
And we're still getting some good stuff there, whether it's TV episodes or movies from those companies.
I think the thing is that there is a little bit more snobbery around films in terms of, films is like the higher level to ascend to than to TV. I think that's still there in a little bit.
But we're getting TV movies which aren't really, I call them TV movies because they're being shown on TV and they're being from Netflix and Amazon. Like Jolt, for example, that wasn't in the cinema, was it? So they go straight to DVD theoretically in a way that they're straight to TV.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been surprised if Jolt wouldn't have been at the cinema at some point if had we not had COVID.
But that could have become a TV series, couldn't it? Because it'd been her.
Oh yeah, that would make a great one.
That could be written for a TV show if you had little mini stories of how she tries to cope with life.
Especially the way it ended, because it sets it all up.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm of the generation where you definitely, the cinema was a special event. And what I'm trying to do now is, because my son has never really got movies until probably the last 6 to 8 months. And what we do now is we have film night once a week.
Yes, right. You said,
and, we make it special. And sometimes on film night, we'll go to the cinema. And I had no intention of going to see Free Guy. No intention at all. But the night before, it was going to be said, Dad, are we going to have film night tomorrow? And are we going to go and see Free Guy? And he was so keen on it, I didn't want to pour water over his fire. So I said, yeah, we'll go and see that, because he'd never been so excited about seeing a movie. Because he loves Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, really. Because he loves Ryan Reynolds because he knows he's Deadpool. And, not that he's sat and watched all the Deadpool, but he's seen clips of it, as all kids have, either on like YouTube and stuff like that. And he just, he loves the way that Ryan Reynolds presents himself, he's, and all of this, that, because he's quite a funny guy.
Yeah, I do like some one of his movies I really like, and it's not even I suppose it's like a chick flick in a way, maybe, and that's called Just Friends.
Yeah.
I love that. It's hilarious, that film. Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. So, he was so keen to see it, and for me, I knew that would be special for him, so I wanted to take him to see it so he could enjoy it and love it. And he absolutely did. He came out of that cinema, and it's so nice to see. His smile was from ear to ear, sort of thing, and that's great, because that's the way that going to the cinema should feel. And when you go to the cinema and you don't feel like that, it's so disappointing for me. But I want him to appreciate movies in the same way that I always have. My wife's even coming around to it now, and God knows that she would have never have done that before.
Yeah.
But we even watched Ricky Gervais' Humanity, and she was nearly wetting herself in parts of it the other day. Especially when she was talking about the
I used to love taking my
testicles.
Yeah. I used to love taking my kids to the cinema. I've had to take them to some movies where I could fall asleep in, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But then I've taken them to see Toy Story and Bug's Life, and at the time, or whatever was out,
Yeah.
I just love it,
I mean, maybe I'm trying to recapture a little bit of my relationship with my dad, with my son, because my dad always took me to the cinema. And I always remember going to cinema with my dad. Every movie that we ever went to see, the fact that he always made us 10 minutes.
My mum came into actually quite a bit.
Oh, my mum very rarely came to the cinema with us, but, my dad, he would always make us arrive 10 minutes late for the film, and we'd miss the first 10 minutes, and then we'd sit there and watch the first 10 minutes of the film the second time round.
See, I don't know about yourself, so I don't know, so films I remember my parents taking me to. They took me to see Mary Poppins as a kid. Escape to Witch Mountain, which is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Earthquake, The Towering Inferno, Jaws. I think I went with them to see Every Which Way But Loose as well, for some reason. And what else did we see? I think that those are the big ones I remember. But then I used to go on my own a lot. My dad would drop me and my brother off at the cinema in Slough and pick us up when we're done.
Yeah.
And we used to go and see James Bond double bills of the Sean Connery movies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember going to see, which one was it? It was The Spy Who Loved Me. I remember seeing that with my mum and dad. I remember... Of
course, we're still a bit of a gap between the two of us. Yeah, I remember seeing that when we saw it, but yeah.
Well, I was really little. I was about 7, something like that.
I had at the 70s, when I was between, I think, because when I saw Live and Let Die in the cinema.
Yeah.
That was without my mum and dad for some reason, that one. That was 1973.
I was 2.
So I would be, yeah, right. I was about 8. Was I 8?
Yeah.
No. About 9 probably at the time.
Right.
And that's when I started going to the cinema. I said, I used to ring up the cinema and listen to the playback of like a answer phone machine telling you what's on at the cinema and the times. So I used to listen to it then, or use the newspaper. And then I used to always, I went on my own to go and see the Monty Python movies in the 70s, for example. Yeah. Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and I've seen the Herbie movies when me and my brother did it at the cinema. I was amazed to see a Volkswagen Beetle in the foyer, which was done exactly as Herbie. It was a Herbie car. I thought, oh my God, look, it's Herbie. So I have had a lot of background in seeing a lot of films. Even though I saw them with my parents, there were times when they were allowed to say, look, we'll drop you off and pick you up. So I did a lot of that myself, but it was always the thing to do for me,
Yeah. No, my parents never did. My dad always came with us to the cinema, so we watched loads of movies. I remember watching Rambo: First Blood Part 2 with my dad, and all of those sort of movies, and it was fantastic. And I just don't want to have that with my son. So when he grows up, he goes, when I've gone, he's talking to his kids and he's saying, your granddaddy loved movies, and that's
I know what you mean. Yeah, I think the last time I took who did I have come down? It was either my boy or my daughter. I think my daughter. When my daughter came down, we went to cinema. We went to see Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah.
And when one of my boys came down, and so I think we went to see the last Bond movie,
right,
in the cinema. I think we did. That would have been, which one would have been? Skyfall, wouldn't it? I can't remember now. God, what was the last Bond film? He's thinking there. Look,
can't remember.
I think it might be. Well, I might be wrong, but yeah. So we went to see the last one then. But yeah, it is good. Even then. They're much older, it's nice to do that occasionally with one of them,
Yeah, I mean, we sat and watched last night. We watched, because he's never seen it before, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Mm-hmm. And he absolutely loved it, lapped it up.
Yeah, those movies got a bit of sour taste these days.
Well, yeah, because, we know what everything that's happened with Johnny Depp, but, let's just...
Put that to one side.
Put that to one side. They are still entertaining movies. That's the thing. Not condoning what Johnny Depp has or has not done, because obviously there's been a court case, all like this, that, and the other, but it wasn't a criminal court, so it was a civil court. It's a lower bar of it's not beyond all reasonable doubt. It's on the balance of probabilities, all that sort of thing. I'm not backing him up. I am
no.
supporting him, and I am not criticising him. It's that's all that we know, and as I'm not going into any of that. I'm not taking any sides on it. But in terms of an enjoyable movie, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, the first 2 or 3 were. I think then it just tapered off, but the first few were. So
okay, well, we've done. There's one more thing I was going to just quickly mention. We've got Gamescom coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Is that the 24th, the same time as the Destiny reveal? I think it may well be. So that, I think British time is going to be, 6 o'clock in the evening.
Well, that's a little bit easier, isn't it?
Yeah. The Destiny 2 reveal as well. What's coming in the future.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing some of that.
Yeah. It starts 26th, ends the 29th.
Yeah.
But is it Destiny 24th?
24th it is, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be showing. There'll be more stuff. Maybe more reveals. Maybe a bit more depth of some games coming out.
Yeah, I do really hope for Destiny that cross-play works well.
Well, we want to try it Tuesday night.
Yeah, we will be trying it Tuesday night.
I've got to get Mark. We've got to do. We've got to get that season of Chosen out of the way. We've got to do one more run of that run that we did with you.
Yeah, well, I'm up for doing another run, or even with a blooming controller.
Yeah, we got to. Okay, because you only got the default weapon. You've got the question mark in one of the slots.
Yeah.
So every time after it, you get a perk attached to it. But I think we're done really. The missus, that noise she was making with the blender, she was making some ice cream. So. Oh,
very nice. Well, you better go and get yourself trying it then.
Yeah, she said it's in the freezer for me. So.
Time to lick out the ball.
Not with that blade in there. You lose it.
I was thinking you'd take the blade out first, mate.
Because it's one of those. What is it? It's a Ninja.
Right.
A Ninja blender.
Oh, so it's a blade in the bottom of it, or is it?
Yeah, you can put it. It's a real deep one like this, but you can pull the blade out. It's like a stem, with loads of blades on it. Something like out the Saw movies. If you
before you stick your head in, take the blade out.
Oh God, no one get my head in now if I try. Anyway, so for me, Twitter is the best place to find me at Steve007. My gaming tag is exactly the same for the Xbox Twitter. So sorry, PSN ID is the real Steve007. Instagram is Steve0764 and Steve07 for my YouTube channel for soundtracks and movies.
And for me, it's HERJ UK on PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, Twitter, anything else that you can think of, apart from Epic, where it's Pop Culture Gamers. Don't forget, you can view our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/popculturegamers. Twitter is Pop Culture Gamer. Facebook, we have a Facebook group. We also have a Facebook page. If you've got an email that you want to email us, you can email us at podcast@popculturegamers.co.uk. And don't forget about our website, anchor.fm/popculturegamers.
Not sure when we're coming back, because this was a lot of in sort of an off-the-cuff episode in the middle of the holidays.
I think maybe in a couple of weeks, do we think?
Possibly, yeah. I'm on holiday for a week in September, so we'll see. But we'll keep you informed on Facebook.
Yeah, well, this is just to keep you tidied over for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back. And if I think probably I'll say if Steve can't make it, then I'll just do a quick one.
I mean, even if we do an hour on if we did an hour on Gamescom, maybe.
Yeah.
At some point that could be a filler.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I would say is I just don't want to do it on the first, because the first's not a good day for me. It's an anniversary of my dad.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as we say, it's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from him.
Good night, guys.
Bye.